Okay, this has all sort of come out of nowhere. This has all appeared in the last couple of days, but the Lenovo Z5 is releasing imminently on June the 5th. And according to the company, it's going to be one of the biggest leaps since smartphones began. Let's take a look at what's actually going on here. Most of our info so far is from Vice President Chang Cheng on Weibo, which for those of you who don't know is a social media platform in China. And let's just say, if what he's saying is even close to true, this phone will be a very big deal. A 95% screen-to-body ratio, 4 terabytes of storage, and a 45-day battery life. Let's take a second to just soak that in. 95% screen-to-body ratio is huge. The current market leaders are hovering at around the 85% mark, with the exception of some bezel-less concept phones from the likes of Vivo and Doogee. And the best part here is that this is apparently being achieved with no notch at all. As for the storage, current flagships top out at 256 gigabytes internally. So 4 terabytes is frankly unheard of. And then you've got a 45-day battery. How on earth is that even possible? Let me explain. This is a form of marketing known as guerrilla marketing, an unconventional way to promote your product to catch consumers off guard, using as little budget as possible. And the more you think about it, the more you realize it makes a lot of sense in this case. Lenovo is on the back foot in the smartphone market. They take up barely 3% of global sales, due in part to weak marketing. So here's the thing, they don't have much to lose. If Samsung or Apple made wild claims about their upcoming devices and then failed to deliver, they stand to lose billions, not just in unsold products, but also brand image. For Lenovo, it is a way to become relevant, to shoot to the top of the headlines, and whilst I'm not going to say what we've heard is a complete lie, I'd be willing to put money down that this is a stretch of the truth. So whilst we don't have any concrete information yet, and we're going off Chinese social media sites for our information, I would say this: don't get too excited. 4 terabytes is a hell of a lot of storage, and wouldn't even make sense from an economical standpoint. That much flash storage isn't cheap at all, and won't be of much use to 95% of the market. It could be some sort of cloud storage solution, something similar to Google Photos, but perhaps a service that accepts all kinds of files. Alternatively, we've been seeing phones that support 2 terabyte microSD cards for a long time. So it's possible that what Lenovo means is that they're just bumping that up to 4. I don't think this will be the case though, because this would make genuinely zero difference to consumers, because the maximum storage microSD card you can buy right now is 512 gigs. Battery life is something that is very commonly mismarketed, and this 45-day figure we've been given is more than likely how long the phone will go whilst on an ultra power saving mode, or even on standby. Now, to be fair, that in itself is pretty impressive, but it's not out of the realms of something your current phone couldn't already achieve, using like a hibernate function. Alright, but what about the screen? Because a 95% screen to body ratio is really impressive. The Doogee Mix 4 over here gives you an idea of what that might look like from the front, but this spec also raises some doubts. Lenovo is hardly a market leader in screen technology, and for them to be the first to come out with a complete market-ready solution to the notch would be very surprising. It's possible that they've done it, and we have seen working concept phones like the Vivo Apex that have achieved a similar screen-to-body ratio. So on that, we are just going to have to wait till June 5th to find out. But just bear in mind that screen-to-body ratios are very commonly misrepresented. Just as an example, the Xiaomi Mi Mix claimed 91% when it was launched. And even though it was in the end still impressive, the actual figure was closer to 83. But Cheng, the VP, has claimed 4 technological breakthroughs and 18 patented technologies to release with this phone, which is a lot for one device alone. But again, even if 5 of these breakthroughs are to do with the battery, it's still unlikely that this is going to be anything next generation. In fact, the way batteries work has been the same for the last 100 years, so the chance that Lenovo is leading the charge on this is unlikely. It could be an iterative upgrade for sure, but nothing groundbreaking. Personally, I'd speculate that these innovations are mostly on the software front rather than the hardware front, but again, that's one of those things we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, the Lenovo Z5 is exciting. I'm excited to see it, but I would say it's best not to get too hopeful. Don't sell your home and start buying Lenovo shares a little early, just wait and see what happens. And I'm not here to try and kill hype. Personally, I really enjoy hype, but this is all part of a strategy, and it's part of a strategy that is not really healthy for the smartphone market. Alright guys, if you did enjoy the video, I've got plenty more smartphone news content, so I'll leave that as a card above. With that being said, my name is Aaron, this is Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'll catch you guys next time.